What's happening, fellow Walking Dead fans? Solid Dave Snake here, continuing my reviews for the Walking Dead TV series 8 action figures by McFarlane Toys. And in this review, we're going to take a look at the Eugene Porter action figure. And before I dive into this figure, let's just talk about the elephant in the room right now. And that is the outfit choice that McFarlane Toys chose for this Eugene action figure. Because me and a lot of the fellow collectors of these Walking Dead action figures did not like this choice of the Riot Gear Eugene whenever it was first announced and they were showing promo pics. We all kind of wanted Eugene off of his first appearance look with the khaki shorts and the brown vest and undershirt. That would have been preferable, especially for the first outing, but instead we get Eugene is how he looked in the Season 4, Episode 15, Us, whenever Glenn gave him his riot gear to help protect Eugene. So this is the look that he is based off of, that episode. And now that I actually have him in hand, after seeing the promo pictures, I wasn't that excited, but now having him in hand, this is really a great action figure. And all will be forgiven as long as McFarlane Toys does release a normal-looking Eugene in the future. Because I do like this action figure. It is well-detailed, well-painted, and has some great accessories, which we will dive into right now. And normally when we have pieces that go on an action figure, I will start to show them as I take them off the figure. But I want to show off a couple things on how to put this stuff on Eugene that people may not know. But first, let's get a nice up-close look at this backpack. And I love all the backpacks we have been getting in TV Series 8 here. And this is one of my favorites. I love how this one looks. Looks really realistic with all the wrinkles and folds through here. Even stitching detail. If you get it close enough, you can see it. Just great detail all around. They didn't skimp out anywhere. Even on the straps, going over his shoulder, you can see these little extra strap pieces right here, which aren't functional, but if they were, it would strap across his chest as well. So that's pretty cool. And this extra strap back here, you can actually take in and out, and it will hold the Riot Gear helmet he comes with. So I'll show that off here in a minute. And the backpack also unplugs at the back here, so you can easily get it over his shoulders without having to stretch the arms back like you have to with some of these vests, like the vest that was on Bob. So let me show you how to do that right now. Real simple. Just slide the right side of the strap over his right hand shoulder, and then you can just stick this one right through and plug it on the back. Right there. And you want to get it in kind of snug so it holds it good. So not too shabby. Fits on him really good. And now let me pull up this Riot Gear helmet, which these are all new pieces with this Eugene Porter, totally new sculpt, all new accessories except for this. This was actually the same helmet that was on the TV Series 4 Riot Gear Walker. But I am absolutely fine with that, because Glenn had this and then Eugene had it when he handed it over. Has the same functioning visor, a strap, which you can take off if you want. And I even love the details of the rivets up here on the top of the visor and on the sides. But it is not functional. It will not fit over Eugene's head, and I tried it with a couple other figures in Series 8, and it actually will fit over Morgan's head. So that's pretty cool, because at one point whenever Morgan was traveling, he did have the Riot Gear helmet on. He had one as well, so you could use it for that also. But let me show you how to strap it on here. This is more of a decorative piece for Eugene. Just slide it right under that strap, and then you have to plug it back in. Oh, and I've made the strap come off the riot gear helmet. But you want to get that plugged in nice and tight, and then it will hold it up just like that. So pretty cool. And now let me pull up this final accessory, which is the machine gun, which looks like a decked out AR. This is from Season 4, Episode 11, Claimed, whenever he shot up Abraham's truck. And it has a huge magazine on it. It looks exactly like the assault rifle that he did use in that episode. They modeled it perfectly after it. Even has a scope up here. Like I said, that huge magazine, functional strap, and even has the RIS, the rail interface system, which is used to attach such things as the foregrip down here, and flashlights, laser dots, and even underbarrel shotguns or M203 grenade launchers, which Eugene would not know how to use any of those things. But awesome rifle. New rifle too. We have not got this with another figure, and probably going to be the only time we get it, because I don't ever recall seeing this rifle thereafter. But it fits nicely over his shoulder as well, right under his arm and over his head. And now you have a fully loaded Eugene. Give you a 360 look of him. Oh, of course his riot gear helmet falls off. You really got to get that plugged in tight, or else it will be doing that to you. But we'll continue with the 360 here. Eugene loaded up. So, looks really good with all those accessories over top of them. But now let's remove them all and get a great overall look from head to toe of this Eugene. And as you can see, you can disassemble him very quickly. And I have been incredibly impressed with these Series 8 head scans. And the paint jobs on them as well have been top notch. This looks exactly like Josh McDermott, the actor that plays Eugene. And of course, what's Eugene without that mullet? The hair came out perfect. And I'm sure a lot of customizers will not wait for a normal looking Eugene. I'm sure a lot of them will be using this head sculpt to make their own first appearance of Eugene action figures before they ever release one. But even the way they painted the hair coming off into his skin, they did a good job with that this go around. This whole series, Rick had nice transitions from the actual sculpt to the paint on the actual face with his beard. And it's no different with Eugene with his sideburns here. So excellent head sculpt, very impressed. Great job, McFarlane, on this head. And now let's take a look at his overall riot gear, which is based off that same riot gear that the riot gear zombies had on and that Glenn had. And a lot of people may be wondering if the actual body armor is the same from the Series 5 Glenn, and it is not. It looks the same, it's meant to be the same armor, but it is a totally different sculpt. Had to be a lot bigger for this Eugene, because he is a bigger action figure overall. And there's just a lot of nice little details in here, like scuffing on the body armor, all the straps and the actual buckles, the silver on the buckles attaching the straps, rivets down here, just great detail. I don't even think the Series 5 Glenn's body armor had the rivets painted back here. And you can tell underneath he is wearing that brown vest, and then actually has another undershirt and a white shirt under that. So he's layered up. And he has green khakis down below, covered with this thigh and shin and knee armor. And one thing they did really good with this on his legs is showing how the pants would be wrinkled and folded from this body armor in the back. That came out great. That's how it should really look. It's all compressed where the straps are and bulging out where it should be. Just really impressed with this action figure. Even his boots came out perfect. A little armor on the top of them as well. A little bit of tread on the bottom. So detail-wise, a great figure. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out. His hands are a little big for me. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. But I think the hands are a little oversized. And I know they're probably trying to portray the gloves as kind of making it look bigger. But just his fingers look bigger to me. But all in all, very small complaint for such a great action figure. And his articulation is surprisingly really good. And he has a couple points that these other Walking Dead action figures don't have. But, of course, he has a ball joint at the head, which will rotate all the way around. But I'm not going to force it with the mullet, because it does kind of hold it up there. You could force it if you wanted to, but I don't want to. And he has a ball joint and a hinge at the shoulders, which will not even go close to 90 degrees because of the body armor. It does restrict it. However, you can get full rotation out of it. And same thing at the elbows. You can get that full rotation and hinge it up to about, let's see here, get it straight and almost up to 90 degrees. So that's not too bad. And then the ball joint and hinge at the wrist, which you can get full rotation and some hinge movement. Although his, you'll hear it really clanks. Really makes a big clicking sound on those ratchet pieces of the hinges. And to show you guys real quick, I'm sure most of you already know, but you can pinch these. And if you can see where the hinge is, I can change where I want that hinge to be. As you can see, I now have it to where I can move the wrist up and down with the hinge. But you got to pinch it and rotate it. All these Walking Dead action figures since Series 5 have basically had this added on from that series onward. And he actually has two waist cuts. Well, one kind of at the hips and one up here at the actual waist. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can get him to rotate all the way around right here. And I could actually feel it coming apart. So you could pull that apart if you want. But you can also rotate him where the articulation is here at the hips as well. If I isolate this spot, you can see I can also twist this lower portion as well. Very minor, but that's still pretty cool. And of course, at the hips, you can get him to kick up, but not that far because of the riot gear pads up here and his shirt coming down. However, you can get him to kick really far out. And at the knees, of course, you have the ball joint and hinge, which you can rotate all the way around and get up to almost 90 degrees. That's a good range of movement right there. And then he has a ball joint at both ankles as well, which you can get full rotation out of. A little bit of up and down movement, a little pivot. So, really good articulation for this figure. And once again, just like Bob Stuckey, this Eugene Porter is only one per case. So, if you haven't found him yet, you may have a hard time finding him unless you order him offline. But in stores he may be kind of tough. So, alright guys, this action figure was a present surprise for me. Let me know what you think of them. If you're a big Eugene fan, I have to give a high recommendation for this, but if you're just a Walking Dead collector that gets some of the figures here and there, I could see how it would be passed up, and maybe you're waiting for an original looking Eugene from his first appearance. But all in all, I do like this figure, and if you're getting them all, I say go grab them, guys. And stay tuned. My next review, what do you guys want to see? I'll let you vote on it. Either the exclusive Tyrese or the exclusive Carol. Let me know what you want to see, and I will catch you guys later.